I'm Merino. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to give you a shop update preview. My next shop update will be this Friday, June 19th, I believe, at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at pineappleyarn.com. I have so many fun goodies that I have been creating the past 2 weeks, and so I hope you join me and so we can check them out. The first things that I want to share with you are my end of the day colorways. These are colorways that are one of a kind, and I make them with all of my leftover dyes. So much dye is left over. Sometimes it's so crazy. But even if I have like a little bit left over in a bottle, I'll dilute it and use it in different ways. So it's a really fun creative challenge for me, and then it also just gives you some really beautiful yarn. So it's a win-win, right? But most of what I have to put in the shop this week are some mini skein fade sets. I do have some micro sets that are really cute. I have some fiber. I have a project bag kit. I guess I have a little bit of everything. But my whole point in saying that is my end of the day colorways are the only full skeins that I will have for the update this week. So I am going to show you those right now. My first end of the day colorway will be end of the day number 44, I believe. I will put all the correct names at the bottom of the screen though. But this is end of the day number 44. It is so gorgeous. I really love this colorway. So many colors put into one skein. Beautiful. So another reason I really love this colorway is because it's so versatile. It can be used as what I call a bridge in between several colors. I think it would be so beautiful, you know, if you started off with greens in a fade and you wanted to go to pinks or to oranges. I mean, there's so many colors in this colorway that it is just really versatile. So this is end of the day number 44. The next is end of the day number 45, and it is a beautiful mixture of jade greens and, you know, blue greens, yellow greens, some black tones in there. This just has a lot of depth, and I really love this color. It's like moody, but it's also really bright all at once. So I really like it. This is end of the day number 45. This one is end of the day number 46, and it's kind of at the other end of the spectrum. It is like all the pastels, you know, very light and cotton candy. And I don't even know if it's reading on the screen, but you have these really delicate hints of pinks and yellows and grays and greens. And there's so many different colors in here. I see some purple. So this was a really beautiful color to make. And this is end of the day number 46. My final end of the day colorway is end of the day number 47. And I really love how this one came out. It is kind of a mix, kind of like some pumpkins, pinks, greens. As with all of my end of the day colorways, there's so many colors that make up these skeins, and that's why they're non-repeatable, because they're a little crazy. So I really love this. I want to show you a couple of these put together because they are gorgeous. So I'll kind of show you what I mean by combining these. These would all look so pretty together. I think they're just so pretty. So the middle skein is the first one I showed you, end of the day number 44. And then we have end of the day number 45, and then end of the day number 47. I think that's how I had it. But they are also beautiful. I love how this has come out this week. So those are the only full skeins that will be in the shop by themselves, sold as single skeins. Now I do have a new colorway that I've developed called Neon Jellyfish, and they are so pretty, just very light-hearted neons, very summery, very fun. and they are included in a kit that I created this week. So they are just beautiful. Love how they came out. Now, you have to see it with the project bag that inspired this colorway because this is so fun. So this is the fabric that actually inspired this yarn. It is such a fun neon jellyfish print. I don't know what else to call it because that's what it is. So many pretty greens in here with pops of turquoise and neon pink and bright orange. And so I made this colorway to match, and I am just super happy with how it turned out. I really, really love this. So let me show you the project bag. This is 100% cotton, and so is the lining. I have a little pole here made out of the same fabric with an turquoise zipper, and then this also has my pineapple enamel pole, or pineapple enamel zipper pole, I should say. I include these on all of my bags just as a little accent. And then this also has pink lining, which I thought looked really great with this bag. And it is a box bag, so it expands and sits up and holds a variety of projects. These are the ones I always use for my projects. Lately with my giant dotted raised shawl, I've actually been using a basket because it's just super obnoxious. It is an obnoxious size at this point, but this is a really great size. What I do with my project bags, because they are fairly deep, I really love to just roll it down because it's interfaced, and so it holds its shape and you can just sit it down. You can have your cakes of yarn in there, and then the zipper doesn't interfere with it at all. So that's just how I like to use my project bags sometimes, especially for smaller projects like socks or, you know, fingerless mitts. But anyway, that is the project bag. And then with the bag and the yarn, I assembled a super cute progress keeper that is an orange hibiscus, and the metal is kind of a silver tone, or like I think it's called gunmetal, so it's like a kind of a deeper gray. It's not that super bright silver, so hopefully you can see that. But I was so excited to find these really pretty orange enamel hibiscus charms. They're so cute. So all three of those items will be included in the kit, and as always, unfortunately, I have a limited number. I'm the only person working here at Pineapple Yarn, so I have a limited amount of time to make these things. So if you are interested, I'd highly recommend being there at 8 o'clock to pick up one of the neon jellyfish kits. So now I'm going to move on to some of my mini skein kits. I have had such a blast putting these together. They have been very challenging and very fun, and I think you all like them, so I'm just going to keep making them. Now, just as a disclaimer, I just honestly have not thought of names for all of these yet. So if you are interested in specific names and all that, please make sure that you have subscribed to my newsletter. It is on the top bar at pineappleyarn.com. You can just enter your email address. I send out a newsletter about every other week right before my updates, and so you can just get a sneak preview of what's going in the shop and just kind of what's going on with me. And then you'll also know the kit names and the colorway names, just in case I haven't named them all yet, as is the case today. But the first mini skein kit is this gorgeous, it's just so beautiful, oceany colors. It fades from this beautiful kind of pale neon green all the way down to this deep blue, and as you can tell, there are so many gorgeous speckles in this kit, so, or this set, I should say. This is a 20-gram mini skein kit. The total weight is 120 grams, so this will put you at about, you know, like a full skein plus a mini skein. Plenty of yarn for striped socks. I know probably you could get 2 pairs of fingerless mitts. My friend Kay, the Crazy Sock Lady, has some really gorgeous fingerless mitt patterns, and I am pretty sure with her patterns, when I have knit them before, that they use roughly half a skein of yarn, about 50 grams. I could be wrong, but I know I have had so much yarn left over, and they make great gifts. So these are so great for socks, fingerless mitts, you know, accents. You could do a cute toddler size stripy sweater. I really love putting a, you know, like a full skein of like a tonal color in between these, and so you can really stretch this and use it with many different other colors that you might have in your stash. So I will have this kind of green blue set. The next set, I just have to laugh at this because it's really like, I must have had these colors on my mind. This is like the colors I'm wearing today. Very, very similar. But I started playing around with basically some of my lonely dyes. I mean, dyes that I just don't use that often. Maybe because they're more like autumnal colors. They haven't been used in a while. They're not some of my favorites. I love neons, I love pinks, but I cannot tell you how much I adore how this came out. So it starts off with this beautiful kind of orangey, kind of terracotta color, and then just fades into this beautiful kind of like garnet purple. So hopefully you can get a good look at that, because I do have all of these wrapped up already. And I love how this turned out. I thought this would be such a good jumpstart on some autumnal projects for other people like me. I mean, these are the colors that really, I know I mentioned maybe 2 weeks ago, these are the colors that really I should be wearing because they accent my skin tone and everything. Anyway, I don't normally. But this is so pretty, and I hope you like it too. I love the eggplant colors, and yeah, it was just a really fun challenge for me because this is really unlike things that I normally dye up, so it was really fun to put this together. This set is most likely going to be a fan favorite, I already know, but it is just this highly saturated fade from neon pink to neon green. And lots of speckles, and it's just so much fun. I mean, it is just a really great fade. These yellowy greens with the neon pink, that is really, makes me so happy to look at this. I loved putting this together. It was so pretty. Definitely screams summer, and I think if you had a couple of these, because these are also 120 grams, you could make an awesome shawl out of these. They're just beautiful. Like the others, still no name, but I'm gonna have to choose one pretty soon. The next set I have is, it's not a fade, but it's just a lot of like kind of cooler tones that I really liked. And I wanted to make a set of kind of cooler tones, purples, pinks, blues, and I really think I hit the mark on this because I love this. I think this is so pretty. So I guess it is kind of a fade, or kind of, I mean, they definitely morph into each other. It starts over here with like this really pretty pink, and then ends up with this kind of a pale lavender gray blue. kind of a light blue. I thought this was really, really pretty. So that will be available. My final set is definitely something that I don't normally dye up. Definitely colors I don't. And I just loved pushing myself a little bit this month or this past couple weeks. And I created this Tonal micro skein set that I wanted to reflect all the colors of the ocean, at least kind of on the East Coast here in the US. And so I used gray, which I don't use a lot of. I just have some really pretty kind of, to me, they're kind of hazy colors. I think that's a really great way to describe it. I thought this was really pretty. This looks like scallop shells a lot of times I find. So it has some like yellowy tan tones. And yeah, like I said, I use a lot of grays. So it's just this really kind of pretty hazy, soft blend of tonals. I would love this paired with my colorways Oyster or Pearl. Those are both kind of gray tones. I think they would be so, so pretty in some of the shawl patterns that are out now that use mini skeins. They would be really pretty. So if you like grays or kind of that hazy, softer look, this is definitely for you, because I really wanted this to reflect kind of an oceany feel. And this has a total of 100 grams, so like a full skein of yarn. And there are 10 10-gram minis in each set. So I hope you like those this week. Those are all of the fade sets that I've created, and I think that they are so fun, and I really, really enjoy doing that. And so let me show you what fiber I will have available. All of my fiber, for those of you who might be new to my fiber, I don't braid any of my fiber like a lot of traditional fiber dyers and makers do. I guess I don't use a braid in my presentation. The reason why is because I just don't want to compress it. I'm not saying that against anyone who braids their fiber. I have used beautiful fiber from different makers who choose to ship their fiber that way or store it that way. I love packing it loosely into a bag and shipping it that way just to reduce compression. So all of my fiber is loose here, and that is the reason why. But this is a BFL blend. I am calling it a tie-dye t-shirt because it reminds me of some colors in a t-shirt I think one of my kids made at someone's birthday party one time. I don't really remember, to be honest, but there's some really fun purples and aqua and greens along with some bear, and so it's just, this would add so much interest to spin. And yeah, I thought this was really pretty. This BFL is incredibly lofty. This is about 100 grams. I always measure over, so this is probably a little over 100, but yeah, this definitely will be something along the lines of like tie-dye t-shirts. My second colorway is on Polwarth, which is an incredibly lofty, fun to spin with fiber, and it has not been packaged either. And this is Octopus Tsunami, and so it is just a gorgeous saturated pinky, little bit of purpley kind of fuchsia tones, and then I've also kind of put little speckles here and there. You can see just little accents, and so not only do you get just a beautiful and interesting fiber to look at while you spin, it just spins up so pretty. And this will, you know, most likely you won't be able to see all of these speckles in it, but to me this just adds a lot of interest in the fiber itself. And then the finished spin also looks really, really beautiful. And I know I've mentioned this before if you've been watching me for a while. One thing that is really important with me with just the presentation of fiber or with a skein of yarn is the fiber itself or the yarn itself is really presented really beautifully, and then it also knits up, like in the case of yarn, it knits up really beautifully, or with fiber, it spins up really beautifully. So yeah, that is my kind of my method, the method to my madness here. This is why I do what I do. And I want to show you a close-up of these speckles because they're kind of hard to see from afar, but it just adds some really pretty, interesting tones in there. So this is Octopus Tsunami on Polwarth. The next fiber I will be showing you is a Merino bamboo blend. I believe it's a superwash merino, but I don't know without looking at my fiber right now, so I will have all the exact things on the listing and in my newsletter. But this is Papaya Playa, which is a very saturated orangey pink toned fiber. It also has some yellow in there, as you can see, and you can really see the bamboo. This is what all this white is around here. It adds so much interest to your spin and to the fiber itself. And I cannot tell you how much I love dyeing this. I've been using some different methods with dyeing and it's just been like a home run. I've been super, super happy about it. But the cool thing is with this colorway is when I dyed it, all of the colors split. So they all kind of separated and I just was left with this amazing blend of all these super saturated tones, and super excited about this, love this. So this is Papaya Playa on a Merino bamboo blend. My next colorway is going to be Seagull Attack, and it is on, I'll have this on my Merino bamboo blend as well as a Corriedale blend. So I'm going to show you the Merino bamboo first. This is Seagull Attack. It has some really beautiful peachy tones as well as some deeper pinks, almost like deeper fuchsias. And then there's also some speckles here and there. So this is Seagull Attack on my Merino bamboo blend. And I'll go ahead and show you on my Corriedale as well. Corriedale is one of the easiest and most fun fibers to spin up, especially if you're more of a beginner, if you want an easy spin. Just in my humble opinion, I really love spinning with Corriedale. So here it is, you can really see some of these speckles coming out, like right here. So as you can see, the colorway is very similar in the Corriedale. You just don't have the streaks of bamboo in the fiber. I thought this was one of the prettiest parts of this. I want to show you up close real quick. I really love, I'm partial obviously, but I love how I dye up my fiber because it's just so random and there's so much interest in it. I love that. Well, that is it for the update this week. I also wanted to remind you that my July clubs are now available at pineappleyarn.com. I have my Sun Club, which is my neon, bold and bright club. I have my Glow Club, which is my Yarn and Candle Club, and it is always so fun to create a candle and a candle scent that coordinates with the yarn. It's such a fun challenge. And then also I have my Low Country Club, which is my club dedicated to the culture of the South, and this month's theme is Summer Picnic. So I hope you will check those out. They are really, really fun. It's so fun to receive that yarn surprise in the mail every month. But again, my update will be this Friday, which is June 19th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at pineappleyarn.com, and I hope I'll see you there. Bye!